looking like this? Tell me, am I looking like this? No, not at all.
Hey, what's going on, you beautiful people? My name's Tyler. I hope you guys had a pretty awesome day today. My day's been pretty awesome so far. So in this video, since it's my last day before I move off to college, I thought I'd be able to answer your guys' questions in a Q&A video. Now, it's a little bit different, as you guys can see. Kind of have the whole face cam thing going on here, and I never normally do this, but I bought this webcam a while ago, and I thought for a video like this, where it's a little bit more personal, I thought it'd be a good idea to bring this thing out and sort of show you guys my face if you haven't seen it before. Thought it'd be a lot more fun to do something like this, but I'm not a professional webcam user at all. Like, I don't know when it's too long of awkward eye contact. I don't know when I should be looking away or anything like that. I don't know if I'm visually presentable right now. I don't know. I mean, I thought it'd be a good idea. If you want more of it, let me know, and I'm actually going to talk about this a little bit later on in the video as to why I want to start using this webcam a little bit more in these videos, and maybe some streams as well. So anyways, guys, I have a lot of questions to go through, so let's jump into it right away. So first off, I have a lot of people asking the same thing. So Leo Nader, The Extreme, and Jacob Kozlarski. I'm going to butcher a lot of names. I'm just saying that right now. Anyways, all three of these people asked what type of music do I listen to, and specifically what kind of subgenres. So I listen to a lot of EDM. Like, there's music from every single genre that I enjoy. Like, there's songs from everything that I enjoy. Like, I can listen to country, and then rap, and then dubstep. Like, I can listen to everything, right? There's just specific songs from everything that I do enjoy, but mainly EDM, mostly chill step, electro. I like glitch hop if it's done right. A little bit of dubstep. I also kind of like chill rap. It's really all over the place, to be honest. Anything on Proximity, the YouTube channel, I'll probably really like. So if that gives you an idea as to what I listen to, there you go. Deadlim Falls asks, will you be bringing your full setup to college? So this is actually a bit of an interesting question, because I did a setup video not too long ago, and I showed off, you know, I have a 3-monitor setup, like a really big keyboard and mouse, a big computer. Yes, I'm actually bringing all of this. So it's going to take up a ton of room in the back of the car, but I'm going to be bringing the entire thing there, just because not only do I want to be able to game there, obviously, like that's my thing, but I also want to be able to record my videos. I want to be able to do my game design, which is, you know, the program I'm going into. I'm going to want to be able to do all of this stuff from my dorm and not be able to just, or not be able to do it from the comfort of my own room. Like, if I didn't bring this, I'd have to sort of go to my classroom every time I want to work on a project, and this way I can do all my project work once I'm actually back after class at my place and doing my own thing. So yep, I'm going to be bringing the entire thing over there to college. Jonathan Devach asked, Zbrush Tutorials question mark? So I'm actually just going to address all the people who asked about specific tutorials in this comment section. So a lot of people were asking for ZBrush, Maya, some more Cinema 4D, low poly, a lot of this stuff. People are always asking me about tutorials, and I'm going to be honest, I've been very, very barren when it comes to tutorials for the past couple of weeks. Not only because I've been working and because I've been packing for moving and planning all this stuff for college, but just because I don't really know exactly what direction I want to take that right now. I still want to do a ton of tutorials, and I've always been saying that I want to do a ton of tutorials, but I think what I'm going to do is right now, if you've been following me on Twitter, and link to that in the description below, by the way, you would have known that I've been working on a very big scene right now. I mean, it's nothing like huge, it's just for portfolio work, but I've been working on a scene for a very long time, and that's been taking up a lot of my spare time just to sort of like see where my current level of work is. That's what I'm doing it for, and essentially it's taking up a lot of time, but it's also teaching me a lot of stuff about ZBrush. It's teaching me a lot of stuff about, you know, normal mapping, Maya, texturing, all that kind of stuff. And once that's done, what I kind of want to do is bring it all together and do a tutorial on ZBrush and Maya and texturing and all that stuff to teach you guys what I learned by doing that. It'll be a little bit longer, and also, of course, I want to teach you guys the stuff I learned when I'm actually at school. So I want to finish the scene, and then we'll go from there. I think I definitely want to do a lot more Maya. I'm going to probably sort of stay away from Cinema 4D for the most part, just because I don't touch that so much, and I definitely want to do a lot of ZBrush. Even though there isn't too many YouTubers out there who do ZBrush tutorials, I kind of want to start doing that a little bit more, and hopefully that goes well. Serene Junkie 2811 asked me a ton of questions. I'm just going to pick a few of them here. So the first one is, do you like your name? My name is Dylan. I think it's pretty cool. Probably wouldn't be my like first choice of name. I don't know. My parents said they were gonna name me Kyle. I think that would have been kind of cool. I feel like I look more like a Kyle than a Dylan, but I don't know a lot of Dylans, so I'm gonna take the name. I think it's pretty awesome. You only get one name, so hey, I mean, might as well like it, right? The next question he asked me is vacations to Canada. He wants to know a lot about going to Canada for vacation and the food and the TV there. Canada's pretty awesome. I mean, we don't have the best TV. Like, a lot of us just sort of like do a little trick to get American Netflix just because it's so much better. The food is pretty awesome. Poutine's great. Maple syrup, obviously, if you're into that kind of stuff. Canada has some beautiful, beautiful locations if you look around. I mean, more over by Vancouver and Alberta, and on the other side as well by PEI. Ontario is pretty cool as well if you're more of like an urban kind of guy, but Canada's pretty awesome. Just find what you're looking for and go for it. And his next question is, should I stream more or am I going to stream more? And the question on that is yes. I just found out yesterday that my dorm is actually going to have 1 gigabyte download speed and 200 megabyte upload speed internet, which means I'm going to be able to do streams and uploads like super fast. So I think for a lot of this like project stuff, if I'm doing a project for school, I might as well just stream it onto Twitch, right? Like just have it out there and stream it so that you guys can watch it right away, because I mean, if I'm going to be able to upload streams that fast and do it that quickly, it's not going to bother me at all if I'm working and answering guys' questions at the same time. So I'm going to do that a lot more, maybe some more specific streams as well, but we'll see how that goes. But I definitely, now that I have the internet, want to do a ton more streams in the future. The next question comes from Leroy Jenkins, and he says, what college are you going to? Is that something I can ask? Well, to be honest, I've answered it in the comments before, and if you really wanted to like come up and stab me and rape me while I'm in college, you could probably find that out in a different way. Like, you'd probably be a little bit more motivated to find out what it is. So I'm just gonna say it right now, because what's the worst that's gonna happen, right? I'm going to Durham College in Ontario. It is not the most well-known school, but it was one of the first schools in Ontario to really adapt to the whole game industry, and they have a very notable reputation for a very high hiring rate, and their stuff and their whole student portfolio work just looks incredible. So that's why I want to go there. I'm very lucky to have actually been accepted into that program, and I'm super stoked to be going there tomorrow. The Extreme asks a bunch of questions as well. His first question is inspiration. Who inspired me to do YouTube? I think he's just actually asking me about inspiration in general. For YouTube, it was actually a friend of mine named McDrewsta. He was actually my brother's friend, my older brother's friend, and he did a bunch of Call of Duty stuff, and for me at the time, I'm like, whoa, I know this guy, I can't believe he's doing this, I want to give it a shot, and that's how I got into that whole thing. When it comes to graphics, I kind of learned that stuff through a friend of mine who actually did my my graphic design, and then I'm like, oh, I kind of want to just, you know, do it myself and not rely on anyone, and then that sort of just snowballed into more. When it comes to game design, my two biggest inspirations are Mark Brunette, who's the owner of QBrush. He worked at Blizzard as a character designer for a while, and Josh Singh, who was he was for the longest time a character modeler at Riot Games, which is League of Legends, and then he moved on to, I think, Wave Dash Studios, which is just a new studio opening up for competitive fighting games. I don't have a game yet, but he is a lead character artist there as well. He then asks about my family and relationships. So I have one brother, mother, father, and I am currently single. I know that's hard to believe, right? No, but I think, I mean, I don't have a lot of excuses for that. I mean, I think that's a good thing going into college, so hopefully that goes well. Hopefully we'll meet some cool people there. He then asked what kind of job I have. So actually my last shift was 2 days ago at my job. I'll probably be going back there next summer, to be honest, but it was at a kids park. I just pretty much served fast food to kids. Really wasn't the most fun thing. The people there were really nice though, so that was awesome. It was just sort of like a hot sweat shack where I just served burgers and stuff to little kids and their families and stuff. The park was pretty small. It's a nice place though, and I pretty much really enjoyed the job for the most part. And then in the winter I work at a ski hill, pretty much doing the same thing, but it's 1,000 times better. And then his final question is high school or elementary school. I want to say high school more just because of the freedom. It was definitely different. They're two completely different ballparks, but high school is just more of like do your own thing, and then you sort of like figure out what you enjoy doing. Elementary school is just sort of like you have no say in anything. I mean, obviously it's a lot easier, but you have absolutely no say in anything, so it's kind of hard to say you like that more than anything else, right? Millen Delate, I really hope I pronounced that right, asks, what is the best opening sentence? Now, I don't know if he's referring to YouTube or Twitch or just for introducing yourself. I think the best thing you can say is, what's going on, people? My name's Tie-Dye. I hope you're having a pretty awesome day, because my day's pretty awesome so far. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Just introduce yourself, you know, be exciting, energetic, and introduce yourself. Say your name, you know, shake the person's hand if it's in real life. Just be an awesome dude, right? And everything should go well there. The next question comes from Omar Al-Kahali, and he says, what is your favorite League of Legends champion? I think we all know the answer to this question. Obviously, I'm kidding. Teemo is the Antichrist, and I highly recommend never playing him, but my favorite champion by far is Jinx. Now, I don't really main AD carry anymore. I did that more in Season 3 and 4. I'm more of a jungler now, but Jinx, just her whole character is just so much fun. It's just super enthusiastic and energetic, and she's just a fun, all-around, cool character. Fun to play, fun to look at. Her music video is awesome. She's definitely my favorite champion by far. Don't play her nearly as much as I used to, but as a champion and a character and a personality, by far my most favorite champion in League of Legends. Jar Argon asks, how long have you been 3D modeling, and would you rather work at a big studio or a small studio? So I've been modeling in 3D for, I'd like to say, 2.5 years. It's probably close to 2.5 years, yeah. So I've been doing that for 2.5 years. Started off with Cinema 4D, switched over to Maya, then put in some ZBrush and some of that stuff. So I would say if you do it consistently for about 2 years, you'll probably get to where I am. If you do it, like I was slacking at some points, like if you work at it really hard, you can probably surpass where my current level is in probably 2 years, or maybe a little bit less, depending on, you know, how much time you put into it. And would you rather work at a big or a small studio? I think that totally depends. Like a big studio is obviously a huge goal, but a lot of these bigger studios don't really value you as much. Like if you're working at Bethesda, like you used in your example, or if you're working at, I think Sony and Microsoft are good examples of this. Like you're more a worker than a artist. You're more of like a, hey, you need to make this and get it done by a certain time. But if you're working in a smaller studio, like an indie studio, you're like, you know everybody. You're working with everybody. You're all trying to do the same thing. Everyone's helping each other in every area. Everyone knows each other. I think for the most part, small studio, unless it was a studio such as Riot Games or Blizzard or something, where it's like they're known for being really, really, really well developed when it comes to being a big studio and, you know, having everyone know everyone and work together. So for the most part, smaller studios, except for those exceptional big studios, because they're just perfect. It's like the perfect, like I would work there over anything, work conditions. CC says, what is the best icebreaker? Obviously, you go up to someone and you say, how much does a polar bear weigh? And then you wait for them to, you know, sort of figure it out. And then you say, enough to break the ice? Winky face, and then you introduce yourself. That's gonna work 0% of the time, but it's gonna make them laugh for maybe half a second. And the final question comes from Dreams YT, and he says, I started a graphic company. Do you have any advice? Please hire me. I'm going to be a broke college student. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. When I was doing graphics and I was selling it, I still kind of do it, but when I was selling it a lot more on YouTube, my best advice is to, if you have a client and you're doing freelance, is to, you know, tell them what you're going to be doing. Make sure they give you as much specific information on what you're making as possible. And then once you're done, say you have 24 hours to ask for any changes, and then I'm not going to do anymore. Because I have had clients in the past who have asked for changes for weeks and weeks on end, and then I'm just like, buddy, I charged you $15 for this banner, and I have probably put in like 8 hours into changing it for you. This is ridiculous. So I would say give them a time limit on how much time they have to change, and then if they want any additional changes, probably charge them for it, because you have to put your foot down. I mean, for me, I want it to be as nice to my clients as possible, but it gets to a point where you're just like, what am I even doing? Like, this is just like way too much, and it really isn't fair. So that's my advice for you. Hopefully you guys you know, had all your questions answered. Like I said, if you have any more, make sure to leave them in the comments down below, or check me out on Twitter. I will probably respond to that a hell of a lot faster than on YouTube here. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna be going off to college soon, so if the videos are a little bit sparse, I'm sorry about that. I do have one more recorded, and it's gonna be a very special video, so hopefully you guys look forward to that one as well. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. A like on this video would be amazing. But once again, my name's been Tie-Dye. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.